Welcome back to Adventure Chuckles, where today, we're diving into the mystery of why some of the biggest cities in the US are eerily empty. Get ready for the top 10 deserted urban giants. First up is Kansas City, Missouri. Did you know that despite Kansas City being the most populated city in the entire state of Missouri, it has only around 510,000 residents, while Chicago, Illinois, with a much smaller land area, boasts a population of about 2.6 million? This means that Chicago has a population density of roughly 11,400 people per square mile, over 7 times more dense than Kansas City's 1,600 people per square mile. But Kansas City isn't the only example of large, well-known cities in the US that are surprisingly empty. Let's explore why these massive cities are, in reality, pretty sparse. Tucson, Arizona. Kicking off our list is Tucson, Arizona. With a population of almost 547,000, Tucson should feel bustling. But its land area stretches a massive 241 square miles, giving it a population density of just about 2,267 people per square mile. Tucson's lower density is actually a good thing for people looking to escape the crowded life, but it does mean the city feels a lot more spread out. Over the past decade, Tucson's population density has actually decreased by 1.15%. Urban sprawl, combined with a relatively small population, is making Tucson one of the emptiest cities in America. New Orleans, Louisiana. Next, we head to New Orleans, Louisiana. Known for its lively jazz scene and vibrant festivals, New Orleans doesn't feel like an empty city. But in reality, its population density is only about 2,181 people per square mile. After the devastation of Hurricane Katrina in 2005, the city lost almost half of its population, and while it has grown back to about 369,000 residents, the impact of hurricanes and crime is keeping the city from reaching the population density of other large American cities like New York City. Memphis, Tennessee, is number 8 on our list. Despite a population of 620,000, the city's population density is low, just 291 people per square mile. Memphis has experienced a population decline, and while the city's population density has increased slightly, crime and lack of job opportunities are some of the main reasons why people are leaving. Studies show that Memphis has struggled with job growth and affordability, making it harder to attract new residents. Tulsa, Oklahoma. At number 7, we have Tulsa, Oklahoma. Despite being a major city in Oklahoma, Tulsa's population density is only 285 people per square mile. While the city has experienced some growth, it's still far from bustling. With Oklahoma having one of the lowest population densities in the US, Tulsa remains relatively empty. However, it's not all bad news. Tulsa's Tulsa Remote program has been attracting remote workers with grants and incentives. But the city still struggles with affordable housing, homelessness, and other growing pains. Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach shores. Moving on to Virginia Beach, Virginia. A city that may feel crowded during peak tourist season, but the reality is that the year-round population of about 455,000 people means this city is relatively empty. Despite the influx of 13.6 million tourists every year, Virginia Beach has one of the lowest population densities at just 1,862 people per square mile. The city's relatively large land area, 244 square miles, contributes to this, leaving plenty of open space. Still, the area's population has increased by 2.45% since 2010, which is a good sign for growth in the future. Kansas City, Missouri, takes the spotlight at number 5. With a population density of about 1,619 people per square mile, it's clear Kansas City has plenty of space. The population has been increasing in recent years, particularly in the suburbs, but the city center has seen slower growth. Part of this could be due to the rising crime rates in Kansas City, which have made residents and businesses relocate to safer areas outside the city center. Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee may feel crowded with the large number of visitors, but the city's year-round population of just under 700,000 is spread out over a land area that allows for lower population density. With 1,456 people per square mile, Nashville's growing tourism and job market have contributed to rising housing costs and poor public school ratings, leading to concerns about its ability to keep up with growth. Jacksonville, Florida shoreline. Jacksonville, Florida has the largest land area of any city on our list, at 874 square miles. Despite being home to over 970,000 people, the city's population density is only about 1,300 people per square mile. Jacksonville's extensive shoreline and tourism, about 22 million visitors a year, mean that it can feel more crowded than it actually is. As the city continues to grow, especially with a 10.75% increase in population since 2010, Jacksonville may no longer stay empty for long. Oklahoma City, like Tulsa, has a low population density of 1,146 people per square mile. With a sprawling land area of 606.5 square miles, the city has one of the lowest population densities of any major city in the U.S. However, it has been seeing population growth, making it an increasingly attractive city to those looking for space. That said, high levels of drug abuse, homelessness, and unpredictable weather remain concerns for potential residents. Finally, we reach Anchorage, Alaska, the least densely populated city on our list with only 168 people per square mile. Despite its relative size and the state of Alaska being the third least populated in the U.S., Anchorage's isolation and expensive living conditions continue to keep its population low. With limited job opportunities outside specific industries, it's no surprise that people are hesitant to settle here, despite the city's unique beauty and peaceful surroundings. So, there you have it, 10 large cities in the US that might seem packed at first glance, but in reality, they're pretty empty when you consider population density and the land available. Whether it's crime, cost of living, or simply too much space, each of these cities presents a different reason for why they're not as crowded as you'd expect.